What if the world's most famous ancient monuments weren't just symbols of wonder, but of human suffering and brutality? From forced labor to deadly rituals, the stories behind these iconic structures are darker than you might think. In this video, we're uncovering the shocking truths that history has hidden. Welcome to Discovery Hub, where we reveal the sinister side of some of the world's greatest architectural feats. Stay tuned as we take you on a journey through time, beyond the beauty, into the darkness. Are you ready for the truth? 1. The Great Pyramids of Giza. The Great Pyramids, particularly the Pyramid of Khufu, are not just architectural marvels, but also symbols of Egypt's ancient power. However, their construction was far from a simple task. The pyramids were built during the 4th dynasty of Egypt, around 2580 to 2560 BC, and required the labor of tens of thousands of workers. While the Egyptians depicted the builders as skilled craftsmen, evidence suggests they were actually forced laborers, possibly prisoners or enslaved people. The construction was an immense feat that took several decades, and it is believed that the workers endured harsh conditions, including inadequate food, water, and medical care. Many of the laborers likely died from exhaustion or injury during construction. This makes the pyramids not only a marvel of ancient engineering, but also a grim reminder of the exploitation that underpinned their creation. 2. The Colosseum, Rome. The Colosseum, completed in 80 AD, stands as one of the most iconic structures of ancient Rome, a symbol of the empire's engineering prowess. However, its history is entwined with violence and brutality. The arena hosted gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and public executions, many of which were designed to entertain the masses. Gladiators, often slaves, criminals, or prisoners of war, fought for survival in a battle to the death. These fights were not only physical struggles but were intended as a display of Roman power and dominance. Beyond the gladiators, the Colosseum also hosted public executions, where criminals were often killed in brutal ways as part of public spectacles. Exotic animals, like lions and elephants, were imported to fight humans or other animals in the arena, sometimes with no regard for their well-being. Some estimates suggest that as many as 400,000 people died in the Colosseum over its history, a chilling statistic that reveals the true cost of Roman entertainment. 3. The Taj Mahal, India. The Taj Mahal, built by Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal, is one of the most breathtaking architectural feats in the world, symbolizing eternal love. Yet, beneath its beauty lies a darker history. The construction of the Taj Mahal took more than 20 years, beginning in 1632, and involved the labor of thousands of workers. While the monument is often viewed as a testament to devotion, some historical accounts suggest that the workers were subjected to harsh conditions, with many enduring extreme hardships. Some stories claim that the emperor, in his desire to preserve the uniqueness of the Taj, had the hands of the chief architect and key workers amputated so they could never replicate such a masterpiece. In addition, the monumental cost of constructing the Taj Mahal drained the Mughal Empire's resources, contributing to its eventual decline. 4. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument in the world, was built during the Khmer Empire in the 12th century and is known for its stunning architecture and intricate carvings. However, its creation comes with a dark history tied to the exploitation of labor and the decline of the empire itself. The temple complex was constructed by King Suryavarman II as a dedication to the Hindu god Vishnu. Thousands of workers were conscripted for its construction, likely under forced labor conditions. The Khmer Empire relied on a vast labor force to build not just Angkor Wat, but the entire city of Angkor. And this massive expenditure of human and material resources is thought to have contributed to the empire's collapse. As the labor force grew, the empire's social and environmental structures began to deteriorate, leading to a breakdown in agricultural productivity, deforestation, and soil erosion. 5. Stonehenge, England. Stonehenge is one of the most mysterious monuments in the world, attracting interest from archaeologists, historians, and tourists alike. Built around 3000 BC to 2000 BC, it consists of massive stones arranged in a circular pattern, with a focus on astronomical alignments. While its true purpose remains unclear, some believe that it was a site for religious rituals, possibly involving human sacrifice. The construction of Stonehenge was an extraordinary feat, as the stones were transported from quarries up to 200 miles away, requiring a sophisticated understanding of engineering and logistics. The labor force needed to build such a monument was likely vast, and might have included both skilled workers and enslaved people. 6. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China, stretching over 13,000 miles, is one of the most impressive human-made structures in the world. Built over several dynasties, primarily during the Qin and Ming dynasties, the wall was designed to protect China from invasions. However, its construction came at a severe human cost. The wall required a massive workforce, and many of those who built it were conscripted peasants, criminals, and prisoners of war. The labor was grueling and dangerous, with workers subjected to extreme weather conditions, poor nutrition, and little medical care. Many workers died from exhaustion, disease, or injuries sustained during the construction. 7. Chichén Itzá, Mexico. Chichén Itzá is one of the most iconic Mayan cities and a prime example of ancient architecture and astronomy. It was a thriving city during the height of the Mayan civilization, around 600 AD, and remains one of the most famous archaeological sites in Mexico. However, the city's history is also tied to human sacrifice. The Mayans believed that sacrifices were necessary to please their gods and ensure prosperity. At Chichén Itzá, human sacrifices were reportedly carried out in a sacred well, known as a cenote, where the bodies of young men and women were thrown in as offerings. These practices, while common in many ancient cultures, reveal the darker side of Mayan religious rituals. 8. The Acropolis, Greece. The Acropolis is home to some of the most famous monuments of ancient Greece, including the Parthenon. Built during the Golden Age of Athens in the 5th century BC, it was a symbol of Athenian democracy and culture. However, the Acropolis also has a tumultuous and violent history. The site was repeatedly destroyed and rebuilt during wars, and its temples were looted by foreign invaders. The Parthenon, originally a temple dedicated to the goddess Athena, was later repurposed as a Christian church, then a mosque, and finally a gunpowder store during the Venetian siege of Athens in the 17th century. This constant transformation of the sacred space reflects the political and religious upheavals that plagued Greece throughout its history. 9. The Easter Island Statues, Moa, Chile. The Moai statues on Easter Island are one of the most enigmatic sights in the world. Carved by the Rapa Nui people between 1400 and 1650 AD, these giant stone heads were meant to honor important ancestors. However, the construction of the Moai statues is intertwined with a dark history of environmental collapse and societal downfall. As the Rapa Nui people carved and transported the Moai statues, they began to deforest the island to create the necessary tools and clear paths for the massive stones. Over time, this deforestation led to soil erosion, which made agriculture impossible, and the island's resources became scarce. The loss of resources resulted in food shortages and social unrest, which eventually contributed to the collapse of the Rapa Nui society. 10. Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu, the ancient Incan city nestled high in the Andes Mountains, is one of the most well-preserved archaeological sites in the world. Built in the 15th century by Emperor Pachacuti, the city is a marvel of engineering, with terraces and buildings perfectly integrated into the steep mountain slopes. However, the construction of Machu Picchu was built on the backs of an enslaved labor force. Many of the workers who built the city were forced to labor in grueling conditions, and evidence suggests that they were part of the Maida system, a form of forced labor imposed by the Inca Empire. While the purpose of Machu Picchu is still debated, some believe it was a royal retreat or a religious site. The history behind these ancient monuments is far more complex than we ever imagined. The stories of sacrifice, struggle, and survival reveal a side of the past we can't ignore. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more eye-opening content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing your perspectives and stories. Stay curious, and join us next time on Discovery Hub. Until then, keep exploring the hidden truths of history.